Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a tutorial on this look, which is one of my requested looks when I wore it for a wedding reception, and so many of y'all wanted me to film this look, and it's using some of Charlotte Tilbury products. So if you want to know how I got this look, then please keep on watching. So starting off with the base, it's pretty dry right now, so I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream, which is one of the iconic products, as my moisturizer. It gives a very nice hydrated base. It is a very rich cream, and I haven't used it much though. I've just used it a couple of times. And then I'm using one of my favorite primers, the Wonder Glow by Charlotte Tilbury. This acts as a great primer and it instantly gives a beautiful glow. In fact, all of her products are known to give a very glowy look to your face. Then I'm using the Kryolan Supracolor palette, which has 12 different shades. I'm using these two shades from the palette. I will list it in the description box as my correctors, and you can buy these products on their website. They do ship all over India with cash on delivery as well. For foundation, I'm using the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Foundation. This is one of my favorite foundations. It has great coverage, amazing staying power, and it just matches with my skin so well. I'm blending it with my YBP sponge. I even used it for my engagement and it just lasted all day long. I'm using the shade FS38 from the same Kryolan palette as my concealer, and then I'm going to use the shade Ivory from the same palette to highlight my face in the usual areas. For powder, I'm using the Airbrush Flawless Finish powder, which is the best powder in the world. It can never look cakey no matter how much you layer it. It's the best. I love it so much. I have the shade medium, so I'm using it all over my face. Then I'm using this gorgeous product. This is the Film Star Bronze and Glow, and I'm using that particular shade to contour my face. Now it is something which you have to build up. It's not pretty intense and wouldn't suit for deeper skin tones, but I really like the natural shadow that it gives me, a natural contour, and it's a very fine powder and very easy to work with as well. So I'm going to build that up till I'm happy with the intensity. Now moving on to the eyes, I'm using the Dolce Vita palette from Charlotte Tilbury. Has some gorgeous shades. They're just few, but they're so beautiful. So I'm using that color all over my lid on a fluffy brush. I'm also going to blend that in my crease area. And I'm kind of creating an elongated shape, as you can see. So as I said, it's an expensive palette, but the quality is amazing. You have to try it to know what I'm trying to say. It's just so beautiful. And I'm using the same shade on my lower lash line as well. Then I'm picking up the darker shade in the palette and applying that in my outer V to create a smokiness. And this is the palette that I carried with me when I was in Singapore, and I absolutely love each and every color in this palette. So I'm taking a clean brush and blending all of that, and again I'm applying the same shades on my lower lash line as well. And all the shades are very coordinated, and even though there's minimum fallout. And I'm using the most favorite shade from this palette now on my lid, and this is so beautiful. It's not like a chunky glitter, but it amps up any eyeshadow when you apply this on top of it. It just looks so beautiful. It adds a gorgeous sheen. And finally, I'm using the lighter shade to highlight my inner corner and as my brow bone highlight as well. So I just love using this palette to create many different looks, which is just one of them. I'm using the Plum kajal to line my waterline and also very lightly line my upper lash line as well. I'm using the L'Oreal Lash Paradise mascara. This gives great volume for my lashes, and you can now buy it on Nykaa as well. So I applied some false lashes off camera. I don't know the style though. I'm using the LA Girl blush in, I think it's just blushing. It's a very beautiful natural shade for blush. And then I'm using the highlighter from the Bronze and Glow Film Star Bronze palette, and look at how gorgeous that highlight is. It looks so beautiful. It doesn't look shimmery, glittery, anything like that. It's a very soft highlighter and it can be very intense if you want to, and I love it. I'm also using this Sivanna Colors Baked Blush, which my husband actually got for me. I'm using the shades just to kind of add a little more bronziness to my face and also beautiful glow. And I'm setting my face with the MAC Pack Micro Finish Makeup Setting Spray. I cannot talk today, I don't know why. So I'm using two lip liners. I'm using Iconic Nude from Charlotte Tilbury to line my lips and also fill in. And then I'm using the MAC lip liner. I think the shade is Oak. I will mention it in the description box. I'm using it to outline my lips and also create a darker shade at the corners of my lips and the center, kind of to contour my lips, if you know what I'm trying to say. I'm also going to use two lipsticks from Charlotte Tilbury. First of all, the packaging of these is absolutely gorgeous. So I'm using the shade Very Victoria and Pillow Talk. I'm using Very Victoria first all over my lips and then going to lighten it up a bit using Pillow Talk. Pillow Talk is such a beautiful shade, but it can look pale if you don't have a darker lip liner underneath. So yeah, that completes the look. I hope you all really liked it. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you soon in my next one. Bye.